Apply for up to 1.5 million Rand in business funding from Vodalend today. Future Fit, helping you grow your business with Vodalend. So you've been thinking about starting a new business, and whether it's been months or a year in the making, you have to have a solid business plan. Why, you might ask? Well, that's what lenders and investors want to see so they can decide whether or not to give you money. And it can't just be any piece of paper with ideas. It needs to have key information about your business, how it'll operate, and how it'll make a profit, among other things. So how do you write a business plan? Let's find out. All right, York, so trying to come up with a business plan is daunting in itself, but where do you start when it actually gets down to writing the business plan?
Look, I think a business plan, even the word itself, is so intimidating for a lot of people. It sounds business. It's a word that describes an ecosystem of factors and environments and competitors, clients, and so it feels scary. So I always advise, think of a business plan like you would think of Google Maps. It's just a tool to help you clarify your ideas. There are some core things that every business plan should have. So Google Maps says, okay, well, tell me your destination. Tell me where you are now and tell me where you want to go. And then this is where the business plan elements come in. You can start asking yourself, well, hold on a second. Do I have the right car to get to my destination? Is the fuel tank, meaning the money, enough to reach a destination? Or do I have to put pinpoints along the routes? Fuel stations, mechanics to check the oil and the water. What can I do to ensure that I reach my destination? So the business plan really is just a reminder of what you will need in this amazing journey.
So investors, because that's what many people need, or even lenders, going to any place to try and get money to fund your business. What do they look for in a business plan?
If we look at the statistics, especially in South Africa, the majority of small businesses will not get funded. So we can talk about the fact that you can start a business with no money. You can start generating interest from your business. And this is where the business plan adds enormously. With that interest, you can go to financing institutions, which are slightly different from investors. A finance institution says, okay, so you want to bring 100 passengers to Durban. You don't have the money for the fuel. I will give you the funding or the financing for you to buy the fuel to bring those passengers to Durban because you showed me 100 potential passengers.
So what do you say to those entrepreneurs who are rushing into it?
I understand them. I was in the same spot. I also thought, wow, I don't want to write this formal business plan, but I have to show others because it makes you vulnerable. And in South Africa especially, we want to feel important, we want to feel invincible, we give ourselves these fancy titles. But here's the thing, write the business plan for yourself. Don't think of it as something you give to others. Think of it as the opportunity to really clarify your thoughts, to say, okay, do I really know who my customers are? So think of a business plan really as something, a piece of paper and a pen that you're scribbling just to make sure that you are on the same page as your ambitions.
Are there any legal requirements in terms of registering a company? Do you need to have that in the business plan already? Or can you deal with that afterwards?
Look, I come from the school that says, first knock on potential clients' doors, gauge the interest, and if people are hungry, go and register your company. It costs 125 Rand on the CIPC website. It takes 10 business days. The most important thing for a startup is to test in the market whether your idea has people who are interested. And that doesn't mean family and friends and the people you hang out with. They will always be enthusiastic about you. They'll always say, this is amazing, this is a great idea. You want to test it with people you don't know.
All right, thank you so much. I'm starting 2 businesses. You put me at ease. I feel a little bit easier now about them. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Grow your business your way with up to 1.5 million Rand in funding from Vodalend. Future Fit in association with Vodalend.